What's going on, guys? Crashendo, and I know it hasn't been exactly a week since my last update video, but I figured I would make one now because it is currently December 2nd, 8:03 a.m. I have not slept yet. Basically, I had to finish up a bunch of stuff to do the diaries for the Lumberjane Drainers. So I have all the Lumberjane Drainer diaries finished, and I used the XP on runecrafting. Now that put me 9k XP away from a 72. That got me thinking. If I get to 73 runecrafting, and I get to 84 smithing with a +5 boost, which, spoiler, I'm not going to, I can do the Varrock Elites, which means that I can get 120 daily battle staves, which means that I can bank 99 crafting a lot quicker. So I thought to myself, this would be a pretty good investment of time. So I also looked at it, and I need to get my cooking level up so I can boost to make the summer pie. And that's why I've been buying empty jugs, because with, I think it's 7,000, I did the calculations, so it should still be in here for cooking. With 7,568, I will be able to get to 91 cooking. Now, with 91 cooking, I only need to get a +4 boost to make the summer pie, and that'll be perfect for me. Now, this also got me thinking that if I did that and used the XP from those rewards on runecrafting, I would be just about 74, almost 74, close to it at least. I was thinking, you know what, eventually I need to get 77 runecrafting for Zaya, so that would be a really good idea. And then I got thinking, well, I also need to get my smithing level up for that in order to make the rune darts, and getting a +5 boost for the Lumberjane Drainer diaries took me 3 hours, so I was like, you know what, if I'm going to get another smithing boost, it's not going to be a +5, and I'm going to want to do all of the smithing diaries. So I thought to myself, you know what? If I decide to do the Varrock, I'm also going to do the Artie, which requires 91 smithing. I'm going to do the Kandarin, which requires 90 smithing, but then I also have to do Barbarian Assault and get level 5 in every roll. I was like, damn, that's going to suck. But then I took a closer look, and I also need to get 85 fire making, which I have the logs for 90 fire making banked, so I was like, alright, I can do that, and all of this. But then I started thinking, you know, I said that I was going to start Zulrah the 1st of December. That got pushed back a day because I wasn't feeling well last night, so I ended up sleeping for an extended period of time, and still feel a bit dicey right now, but I have everything done where I can actually start doing Zulrah. So there's really no reason why I shouldn't start doing Zulrah, but I've been thinking, you know, it'd be nice to kind of do all this stuff so I don't eventually have to come back and do it. And a lot of this stuff requires me to buy items from shops, like this stupid ass chest shop here with the empty jugs that I've been buying from every world, and the gold ore from Blast Furnace, and it requires me to spend an excessive amount of time basically grinding. I was like, after I grind Zulrah, I don't really want to do all this tedious grinding that requires me to pay attention. I want to do something that's like AFKable, like agility, where I can watch a movie on my other monitor and just sit there running around the lap and be happy. So I was thinking to myself, it would be a good idea to get all these diaries out of the way now. This way I don't have to come back to them in the future. So I was thinking I could do multiple diaries. I could do the Varrock easily. I could do the Kandarins. I could do the Fremenix, and I'll get to that in a second. And I can do the Artie. Now the reason why I said I can do the Fremenix is because the only thing that's holding me back from the Fremenix is to craft 56 nature runes at once, which requires 77 rune crafting with a +5 boost. Now, if I do all of these diaries, if I do the Artie, if I do the Kandarin, and if I do the Varrock, and I use the XP from those rewards on rune crafting, I will be 75 RC, about 25% of the way to 76, which means that I would have to do rune crafting for about like well, 5 to 8 hours, anywhere in between there. It depends if I want to do lavas or if I want to just do deaths and cosmics and all that other good stuff. So if I do that, then I get 77 rune crafting, so when Zaya comes out and the blood altar's there, I can instantly hop on blood runes, and I don't have to do rune crafting grind previous to that, and that will be very nice. I'll also be able to get noted Dagonoth bones for when I go back to Slayer inevitably and get Dagonoth tasks. So I was thinking to myself, this would be a really good idea. Now, the other thing is to kill each of the God Warrior's generals, which means that basically I need to go ahead and get, what is it? I need to get an Armadillo kill. That's the only God Warrior's dungeon boss that I haven't killed, and it's not going to be hard to get an Armadillo kill, especially with the fact that I'm almost 99 ranged and I have some pretty top tier gear. So, sitting here thinking, I'm just basically contemplating, if I do all of this, it will delay Zulrah by a couple of days. I'm not exactly sure how long. I'm thinking at most 5 days to a week. And the reason why I say so long is because if I grind how I've been grinding, because I've been getting very little sleep, I'm going to end up having a sick day along the way, and I don't want that to happen because then I'm going to feel really demotivated to grind because being sick sucks. So I'm thinking that I'm going to cut back to probably 10 hours a day, and I know that still sounds like a lot to some people, but I've been playing like 18 to 20 hours a day this past week, so it's been a really big grind, and to play 10 hours a day, catch up on my sleep and get better, and then go back to grinding maybe 14 hours a day, that'd be a lot better than what I'm currently doing. So to get all this stuff, I would be able to buy all the gold ores, well, honestly, in one sitting, but I'd probably buy half of them, make those, and then do the cooking and some other stuff, and then come back and do the rest. But if I do that, then I might end up getting really bored of buying ores, so I'll probably just buy all of them in one go, which is going to cost a fair bit of money. Now the thing is, once I reach 85 smithing, I can make my runite my runite ores into runite bars, which will be very nice. Eventually, when I get to 89 smithing, I'll be able to make rune swords and alch those, which will refund me a ton of cash and gives me items to alch while I'm training agility, so that will be very nice. And that's pretty much all that I'm thinking of right now. The other thing that I'm trying to figure out, and this kind of extends back to the should I stay with my original plan of doing Zulrah and then just do these diaries when I'm done with Zulrah, is if I do all of this, the only thing that's really holding me back from the Wilderness Diary is the Smith of Rune Scimitar from scratch in the resource area. Now, to do this, and also the Wilderness bosses, but that's a bit of whatever. But to do this Smith of Rune Scimitar from scratch, I need to get to 85 mining, which would push me back quite a bit, and I don't really need the Wilderness Elites right now. If I get the Wilderness Elites, then I can get Noted Dragon Bones, which would allow me to power out 85 Prayer, which then I also need to get the Calphite Queen head, and then I'd be able to basically do all of the Desert Diaries as well as the Wilderness. So the only diaries that I would have left would be Falador, Karamja, and Western Province, which the Western Province diary I will be able to do as soon as I get to 93 Slayer. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm thinking about right now, and I'm probably just going to do these diaries that I mentioned and not the other ones. So Zulrah probably delayed about a week, but I might change the plan, so don't be surprised if the next video you see me at Zulrah.